Shall we talk about
So
Fortnite?
I guess yeah, let's just switch it up entirely to what are the most popular games ever made?
Fortnite? Yeah, I got this
Question
from
mark.
Eurogamer. Eurogamer, I think, is another outlet we don't really use much.
Oh, we used them a few times. I think
Yeah,
we
a
used
few
them
times.
last week. It's usually about when it comes to Eurogamer, we're really talking about them during the Activision Blizzard acquisition, and they were covering the UK side of things and what was going on for the European Union on their, I guess, government like what am I trying to say here? Government proceedings, I guess, hearings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we talk about some in-game stuff for Fortnite. Just a little bit, kind of outside of the government realm. Although it's kind of like, I mean, I say that, but it's kind of it falls within guidelines, right? I mean, it's like
Yeah, kind of.
it's sort of kind of the same. Anyway, Fortnite is actually mandating individual age ratings for all content starting in November, as it evolves into multi-game ecosystem. So this is from Matt Wales, by the way, Eurogamer. Epic has announced it's introducing individual age ratings for all playable first and third party content in Fortnite as part of what it calls its evolution into a multi game ecosystem. Third party developed content in Fortnite has become an interesting focus for Epic in recent times, and the company introduced its Unreal Editor for Fortnite tools, also known as Creative 2.0, back in March. God, that was back in March. God, it seems like that was like what? It
That
seemed
feels
like
so
2
long
years
ago,
ago.
bro.
Like,
Yeah, I know, right?
like, what? All right, anyway,
Completely forgot.
these enable creators to bring fully fledged Unreal Editor experiences into Fortnite, complete with custom assets, animations, audio, and advanced VFX. VFX effects. See what that's kind of like.
Video effects. Yeah.
Video.
That's
I
how
forget what
that
VFX
right
stands for.
there, bro. That is how I feel when you and everybody else says SMH. Shake my head. That's
Look.
how that
I say that
feels,
as a meme. All right, like I know
dude.
what I'm
It
doing. All right,
tilts me every time you say it,
I
dude.
do it as a meme. That's the only
Triggers.
reason I do it. I
You
know.
hit me with
Yeah,
that like every other
it's
day.
so
I
funny.
swear.
Oh man, I think it's funny. Um, in a bid to turn the game into a creator-led platform closer to the likes of Roblox. And now, as its multi-game ecosystem ambitions grow, Epic has announced it'll be making age ratings mandatory for all first and third-party playable experiences in Fortnite as of the 14th of November in 2023. So, a month and a half away.
Okay.
Age ratings in Fortnite will utilize the process established by the International Age Rating Coalition, requiring creators to submit a questionnaire detailing the content of their experience starting on the 16th of October. Using the provided answers, the IARC will then automatically assign the appropriate region-specific age ratings from the likes of PEGI, ESRB, USK, and ACB are all supported, alongside any relevant content descriptors. Participating rating authorities can then modify these assigned ratings based on their own review of the published experience, should they wish to do so. Quote, by implementing the IARC rating system within Fortnite, Epic continues to evaluate its commitment to providing families with tools to make informed decisions about which experiences are appropriate for their children. ESRB president and IARC chairperson Patricia Vance said in a statement, as Fortnite evolves from its Battle Royale roots into a broader ecosystem containing a variety of content from Epic and other creators, it's especially important that parents have a clear understanding of what their children want to access. I think I think it's pretty fair,
Dude, I I don't know how to react. So so there are two things either going on, right? Either one, which I think is definitely the case, right? They're basically covering their butts for people making games and stuff in their game. So like things could be adult rated content that anybody can make. You don't want kids to see that. Great idea. Makes a ton of sense. But also, is Fortnite pivoting to become a game, like going from a game to now a game creating tool, like a software to create games?
I
Is
mean,
that the new pivot?
I mean,
That
I think it's safe to say. Listen, I think there was a story on this. I don't think we covered it, but I'm pretty sure someone or maybe it was Blizzard. I know there was one publisher that was leaving, or one not publisher, but one like kind of important head like guy that was actually leaving their company because of all the changes that were going on. I feel like it might have been Epic, but I'm trying to remember. But like, I mean, I don't know. So if that is the case, I mean, I think it would make sense that it's I think that's what they're kind of trying to turn Fortnite into, is just literally like this article is suggesting kind of a Roblox, right? Just make any game mode you want and play it. And I mean, I think it's a fair assumption that this could be the future of Fortnite, Mike. Just hop in, go play cops and robbers. Sure,
dude. I'm kind of on board.
You want to make a Gmod?
Imagine the only game you ever need is Fortnite because they can just create whatever you want.
I mean, yeah, it is one of those things, right? If you want the Fortnite art style, you're kind of married to it, though. I feel like, unless they have a way to do your own art. But
I'm sure you could download like texture packs and stuff or whatever they do for like more modern games, even old school games. You can like download little texture packs or like graphics, and it'll override and like basically paint over the scenery. I know people do that with old school Halo with like weapon skins. They'll add weapon skins into the game.
Yeah. I mean, think about it this way, dude. Minecraft has texture packs. You know what I'm saying? You could ray trace.
Yeah.
In Minecraft. Like,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
That's a little. I mean, hey, yeah, no. There's possibilities, I'm sure. Anyways, Fortnite's introduction to mandatory per experience age ratings will coincide with the release of the new parental control options that can be used to universally block islands above a certain rating threshold. Parents can unlock specific islands above that threshold using their PIN, and it'll also be possible to prevent children from designing their own creative mode levels if desired. Eurogamer understands the game's current rating ceiling will not change from content offered at present. Today's news follows last week's I think this was it. So today's news follows last week's admission of Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney that recently growth in Fortnite has been driven primarily by creator content, but that the significant revenue sharing model employed by the company to attract creator interest was a lower margin business than we had when Fortnite Battle Royale took off. Sweeney made the comments as part of a lengthy statement attempting to justify Epic's decision to lay off 830 employees, which is nearly 16% of the company.
Jeez.
It's crazy. The game's evolving, and you see these people getting laid off, and then some of the people that were laid off are kind of like, I think it's these business decisions that are kind of the reason why we ended up losing our job. And it's like,
yeah, I mean, that seems to be the case.
Seems to be the case. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, it's, there was so much growth from Epic, I'm sure, as a whole from Fortnite. I mean, they had Unreal Engine, right? Then you come out with Fortnite, and then Fortnite's literally the biggest thing on the planet. Like, I mean, there's a lot of growth there.
Like, that's true. People got to remember, too, Epic Games wasn't really small to begin with. I mean, they were kind of small, but they weren't, like, that small. They're freaking Gears of War, man. Literally, that's not a small IPA. Or IP. IPA. I'm thinking about beer right now. Sorry, guys. But yeah, like Epic Games is no joke. So them to have the success with Fortnite and it explode, and you got to say, Fortnite might never be as big as it ever was. So it kind of makes sense that they're preparing for some type of pivot. And if you could have your cake and eat it too, it seems like you could do the same battle royale that you've always been doing, but then also have like a creator mode within it where people can build their own games. Like that's like big brain right there. Big brain moves.
Yeah. It sure is, man. I have to say. Yeah, it'll be it's gonna be interesting, I think, to see the future of Fortnite, especially kind of where this is heading, and now like everything within the game is gonna be rated, which I think which I don't know, like overall I think it's great if you're a parent, right? It gives you more control.
Yeah.
But I know you mean the boys have had our discussions about parenting, what's going on with this generation, you know what I'm saying? We'll get into it here, but it's nice to see control for stuff like this, especially around anything on the internet really, but like this especially. I mean, this is a very popular game, so yeah, if they're gonna make these different types of games, there may be something that's just like a straight up horror experience, right? Or something like that you don't want kids to necessarily see. So I think stuff like that is where this is gonna shine really, but yeah, it's cool to see. It makes me wonder how quickly it's going to go through a rating process, right? I mean, I feel like if you're going through all these channels, I feel like it's not going to be like a 1 week thing unless they have some streamlined process in place. But I mean, there's so many different governing bodies. I feel like it's going to be a while.
Well, they make it sound as if you submit an application, then it automatically will characterize it. And maybe it does that like a preliminary process, but then if it becomes super popular, if like there's a certain amount of people going there and checking it out, like whatever you've created, then it might be have to go through a proper channel and system.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like you basically are just gonna launch like a million indie games within a game to be regulated by how many different systems
I
that
mean,
they named off here? Like a
it's like
lot.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Uh,
5. Like, yeah.
yeah, PEGI, ESRB, USK, and ACB. But it's like they're region specific, so that could happen. I don't know what all the regions are, so I can't even make it up.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like it's crazy.
every region views a specific age rating and like
Yeah.
maturity levels differently.
It's so
Um,
funny seeing Peggy because it immediately makes you think of like Peggy 18. Whenever you see like the FIFA trailer,
100%,
like
dude.
my head
Yes.
immediately goes to that voice. It's so good. Oh
Dude, I
man,
can't hear like I can't read Peggy without hearing that in
man,
my head. It
Peggy
stands for
16.
Pan European Game Information.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah.
Somewhere
Today I learned.
Brussels.
You know what I'm saying? I was
On
today
this
years
day.
old.
Wait, does that 20 years ago, April 9th, they were founded, 2003. So a
Dang.
little bit after Mortal Kombat, they got to get with the times, dude.
Saying that's where ESRB came in, right? Because it's like
Yeah,
N64 era, right? Whenever those ratings started kicking in. So
ESRB, yeah. ESRB was
yeah,
no joke, man. They came in 1994.
yeah.
And parent organization is Sega. So
Literally, dude. You know what? Mortal Kombat came
who
out.
owns Sega? Like
There's a
Microsoft
lot
now?
of blood, Mortal Kombat. You know, I gotta, I gotta give this thing a rating. You know, can't let the kids play
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then all of a sudden in the 90s, now they talk about now anytime something terrible happens in the United States, it's the games.
It's the
It's like,
games. It's the
okay.
shooters.
Yeah.
Unreal.